Good evening. Apologies for that technical hitch. Now, good evening on this Mazingira Day. Hoping you have had a good day. On today's Conundrum, we take a look at the political terrain in the country, which is rapidly shifting as Kenya gets closer to the 2027 general election, setting the stage for what could be one of the most unpredictable races in recent memory. Stay tuned for that towards the end of the bulletin. First, let us take a look at the day's news. I'm Tess Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Murithi. President William Ruto has commended Kenyans for their efforts in tree planting. While leading the nation in marking Mazingira Day at State House, Nairobi today, the head of state promised to ensure adequate seedlings for tree planting. The president also underscored the urgency of addressing climate change, noting the need for food security. He stressed the importance of producing enough food for local consumption as well as exports for the country's agricultural produce.
I must commend the people of Kenya that in the last 2 years we have planted 1.06 billion trees. And because we are seeing that the target, we need to up our game. We have agreed now as a government that we are going to scale up. The bottleneck that we have had over the last 2 years is the availability of seedlings. Many people are looking for seedlings in all manner of places. They cannot find the seedlings. And as a result, we have different interventions to make sure that there is availability of seedlings. We now need to produce more food. And for us to produce more food, we need a lot more water. And because we need a lot more water, we are now going to start the process of moving our agricultural production from what we are doing at the moment, because we are almost exhausting our rain-fed agricultural production potential. We now need to move to irrigation. And for us to move to irrigation, we need more water. We need to harvest more water.
To some politics, KANU has today embraced talks to join President William Ruto's broad-based government after the president implored them to unite. The decision followed a high-level meeting in Kabarak where President Ruto revealed he personally reached out to KANU chairman Gideon Moi in a bid to build a united nation. The move comes just a day after KANU chairman Gideon Moi abruptly withdrew from the Baringo senatorial by-election, sparking speculation about its political direction. Party officials say KANU will formally align with the Kenya Kwanza administration, with detailed plans to be communicated through party structures in the coming days.
Mimi nimejileta hapa mwenyewe na mimi nikuje niwaeleze tunataka, mimi nawaomba tutembee hii barabara pamoja. Tuunganishe nchi yetu, tuunganishe wananchi, tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba tunabadilisha taifa letu la Kenya. Nyinyi mnajua hakuna mtu wako kwa uongozi katika Kenya hii ambaye hajapitia chama ya KANU. Si ndio? Mimi nikiwa moja yao. Si ndio? So tunataka tufaulu tukiwa pamoja. Mimi nataka vile vile. Mnajua mimi ndio nilikuwa Secretary General ya KANU. Na sasa tuko na Secretary General mwingine hapa, Bwana Wainaina. Si namna hiyo? Mimi nataka tukubaliane na nyinyi. Mkubali ili sasa tuwe na formal engagement kati ya KANU, si ndio? Ili KANU sasa iwe part of the government of Kenya. Si mnajua tuko na serikali ya mapana na marefu, inaitwa broad based. Sasa tupanue hii serikali KANU ikuwe katikati yake, ndio tupange mambo ya Kenya pamoja.
In politics, Wiper Patriotic Front Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has criticized President William Ruto, insisting he has failed to steer the country towards growth. Addressing his party members during the National Delegates Conference, Musyoka promised to reverse decisions like higher taxes and revive the economy, which he says is crumbling. And as Sami Adika reports, the party has officially fronted Kalonzo Musyoka as its presidential flag bearer in the 2027 general elections.
With the 2027 general elections quickly approaching, Wiper Patriotic Front has affirmed its readiness to face off against President William Ruto for the top job.
The resolution is...
Speaking during the party's National Delegates Conference at Uhuru Park, Kalonzo Musyoka strongly criticized the Kenya Kwanza government, insisting the country is headed towards the wrong direction.
We pay taxes for services we never receive. No jobs, no medicine, no food and no relief. This is not taxation for development. It is taxation for the survival of a few. We know Ruto.
Alikuja analeta kitu naitwa Hustler versus Dynasty. Hiyo ndio alikuja naye. Akatuambia ati adui ya Kenya ni familia ya Kenyatta. Akatuambia adui ya Kenya ni familia ya Jaramogi. Akatuambia adui ya Kenya ni familia ya Moi. Sisi tukamsikiza tukamwamini. Tangu waingie, umeshasikia akitaja Hustler.
Promising change once the opposition ascends to power, Musyoka has called on the youth to register as voters, noting it is the only ticket for change.
I urge you, fellow Kenyans, and the Gen Zs, and the young Kenyans, I urge you today to shoot Ruto at the ballot.
Your votes ndio itafanya huyu mtu aende nyumbani. The ballots will be more powerful than the bullets of William Ruto na hii serikali yake. Mko tayari jamani? So mujitokeze, mchukue kura, tuungane tumpeleke.
Echoing calls for better governance, People Liberation Party leader Martha Karua said the opposition will not sit back and entertain dictatorship.
Our constitution forbids anything that is not democratic. We will therefore, we can see you are in a hurry to become like a certain other within this region. We will not allow any such graduation, we promise you.
Dismissing claims of disunity among the opposition heads, former Interior CS Fred Matiang'i assured their supporters of their continued unity despite differences in opinion.
We do not expect that Kenyans want a government that looks like a boys' choir or a girls' quartet. It is supposed to be a group of people who are smart, who reason, who work together, who argue, then they come together and form one government.
With Wiper Patriotic Front having okayed Kalonzo Musyoka as its presidential flag bearer, the task to cement its support base awaits, even as the opposition works on settling on a single candidate they say will unseat President William Ruto and reverse history where no president has served for not less than 2 terms. For Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Sami Adika.
Much appreciated, Sami Adika, for that report. Now, with a bold target to produce 2 billion seedlings, President William Ruto has announced that the Kenya Forest Service will partner with the National Youth Service to mobilize 15,000 officers to expand operations at 300 seedlings nurseries. In addition, 17 new mega nurseries will be established in various regions to meet the growing demand. The president also noted that the seedlings will include fruit trees as the government adopts a multi-agency approach involving the school communities and members of parliament. President Ruto was joined at the event by First Lady Rachel Ruto and pupils from State House Primary School, highlighting the role of the younger generation in environmental conservation.
The Kenya Forest Service and the National Youth Service are now going to work together. We're going to mobilize 15,000 National Service personnel to work with the Kenya Forest Service to restart 300 nurseries in all our forest stations and all our forested areas so that we can have 2 billion seedlings available to the people of Kenya every year. So we are going to run with the project Kenya Forest Service, working with the National Youth Service in all our forest stations across the country, and also have another 17 mega nurseries in different parts of Kenya to look after different ecological zones so that we can produce 2 billion trees, 2 billion seedlings every year, because what has been a constraint over the last 2 years is the availability of seedlings.
Meanwhile, Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, participated in the restoration of Maragoli Hills Forest in Vihiga through tree planting. Maragoli Hills Forest, was a thriving 465-acre ecosystem serving over 3.6 million people across Vihiga, Kisumu, Nandi and Siaya counties has endured years of degradation. Mudavadi was joined by Vice Chief of Defence Forces John Omenda and Vihiga Governor Wilbur Otichilo, among other regional leaders.
As you may be aware, this ecosystem, covering 465 acres, served as a vital water catchment shared by the 4 counties, but severe deforestation and degradation in the past 3 decades threatens the livelihoods of the local communities. The action we are taking will restore the continuous flow of rivers to nourish domestic, farming, and other productive activities downstream. We acknowledge and support the tireless effort of the Maragoli Hills Community Forest Association, County Government of Vihiga, led by the Governor, and various national agencies.
As Kenyans observed Mazingira Day today, Kisumu County has raised concern over a growing shortage of forest cover, with urgent calls for the National Forestry Agency to step in. Speaking during a tree planting exercise at Lualua Kadawa Primary School in Semi, the Secretary in the Ministry of Children Affairs, Karen Angengo, stressed the importance of involving children in environmental conservation. She noted that engaging young people is key to helping the country achieve its environmental goals through inclusive and sustainable efforts.
Yes, because our children are the future, and this country, we have 46% of our population are children. We want to inculcate the culture of conservation of the environment, and that's in children. And that's the reason we are doing this celebration in this primary school, because children are very key in developing a culture that can be adopted even by adults. So children are our ambassadors. When they go home, they can talk to their parents to plant more trees. And we believe, I've seen many children in this school. At the end of this celebration, all these children will go and pass messages to their parents, even those who did not come for this ceremony.
We as a county, we are doing very badly in terms of forest cover and tree cover.
On that note, let's take a short break on Newswatch tonight. We will be back with business news.
Hi everyone, my name is George Gishoro, a presenter with Hope TV. Thank you so very much for continuing to support us by watching all our programs. Now, we would love to serve you even better. Now, we want to know where you are watching us from and the strength of the signal. You can scan the QR code and ensure that you answer all the questions in ensuring that you are getting us loud and clear with crystal pictures. So go ahead and fill in the QR code so that we can serve you better right here at Hope TV, where you look and live.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live. There's a world out there searching for hope, and you can help bring it home. By becoming a friend of Hope, you're helping us share the love of Jesus through Hope FM and Hope TV. With a donation of any amount, join hands with us to bring hope and point souls to the transforming power of Jesus Christ. Become a friend of Hope today by making your donation through the M-Pesa paybill number 933933, account FOH. For more information on how to become a friend of Hope, call 0116-212-723 or email customerexperience@hopefm.org or visit www.hopemediakenya.org. Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Welcome back. Airtel Kenya has unveiled a first-of-its-kind experiential customer care hub at Sarit Center in Nairobi, designed to transform customers' retail experience by allowing them to explore the future of digital connectivity firsthand. The Sarit Center hub aims at bringing digital services closer to customers and enabling them to engage with the latest innovations in connectivity. Customers visiting the refurbished stores can enjoy immersive demonstrations of Airtel's 5G capabilities, interact with digital solutions, and explore the practical benefits of Airtel's expanding suite of services. And now in sports, Harambee Stars clinched a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Burundi in a FIFA World Cup qualifier played on Thursday in Intawari Stadium, Bujumbura. The lone goal of the match came in the second half, giving Kenya a crucial win away from home. The match winner came from Ryan Ogam, who scored a stunning goal from outside the box set up by captain Michael Olunga. Head coach Benny McCarthy has praised his players' resilience and determination.
Today was a very tough match. First, because of the conditions. For us, we are not used to playing on the pitch, a surface like this.
Our team, we tried to contain Burundi as much as possible, and we knew it was going to be a physical game, and I believe that was their tactic.
In the first minute, when you suffer, your goalkeeper receive medical attention where he has a 5-inch cut above his eye, which for me was very dangerous because that was not real football. Yeah, I know we want to win, they want to win, but to do a performance like they did, like want to break players' legs. I didn't come here to Burundi to receive this kind of football. You know, they've got good players and you play a fair game.
While swimming competitions in Nyanza in western regions are expected to improve following the launch of a new training pool at Makini School in Kisumu City. Speaking during an interview at the school, Headmaster Joshua Angira and members of the board of directors expressed optimism that the facility will raise the standard of swimming in the region. Now on to today's conundrum, where we're taking a look at realignments, Kalonzo's presidential bid and the Matiang'i question. As Kenya gets closer to the 2027 general election, the political terrain is rapidly shifting, setting the stage for what could be one of the most unpredictable races in recent history. In a surprising twist, KANU, once the country's most dominant political force, is on the brink of tying the knot with President William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza alliance. The move will not only widen Ruto's political tent, but also help reframe his re-election campaign as one anchored in national unity and post-election reconciliation. Meanwhile, in the opposition, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka has launched his presidential campaign and appealed directly to the youth, particularly Gen Zs, to register as voters. His sharp rhetoric and promise of sweeping reforms have energized parts of the electorate hungry for change. Adding to the complexity is former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagwa's declaration that he would back Kalonzo if endorsed as the opposition's joint candidate. This unexpected endorsement raises critical questions about opposition unity and signals a potential reorganizing of political loyalties within the anti-Ruto camp. Yet, amid all the movement, Fred Matiang'i remains a looming figure, quiet but influential. The former Interior Cabinet Secretary continues to enjoy strong support from various corners of the political establishment and civil society. His silence has only deepened speculation. In a political climate defined by realignments and recalibrations, Matiang'i could emerge as either the unifying force the opposition needs or the spoiler who splits the vote. Kenya's political chessboard is still on, and the final formation heading into the 2027 is far from certain. And that is today's conundrum. And today's conundrum brings us to a wrap on Newswatch tonight. On behalf of the whole team, thank you for watching. I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Murithi. Have a good night.